This episode of AirsoftAls Editorials is being brought to you by Headhunter Nation. Headhunter Nation, there's no head we can't hunt. You know something, guys? We all like video games. We all love games and what they are. And today's subject matter, well, I think we can probably accomplish it. Let's dive into this little editorial of Can Bioshock be Airsoft and Paintball? Let's dive in.
In what country was there a place for men like me? Men who refused to say yes to the parasites and the doubters. Men who believed that work was sacred and property rights inviolate. And then, one day, the happy answer came to me, my friends. There was no country for people like me. And that was the moment I decided to build one.
And then the Archangel showed a vision. A city, lighter than air. I asked her, "Why do you show this to me, Archangel? I'm not a strong man. I'm not a righteous man. I am not a holy man." And she...
Okay, so we all remember Bioshock, Bioshock Infinite, and all that. Do we remember the stunning beauty of entering into Columbia the first time, or the stunning beauty of Rapture, or anything like that? No, of course not. We were in it for the killing, and the destruction, and the death. For me, anyway, it was the guns. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Bioshock has always had the most interesting, somewhat over-cartoonish, period-correct weaponry of all video games. And you could probably see that in the footage. You could see a sniper rifle basically being a 1903, sort of. It looks more like a Car 98 to me, but whatever. But yes. So the real question's this. Could these weapons actually be made into airsoft and paintball? Yes. I will get into that a little bit later, but in my opinion, the only thing stopping people from actually making these into, well, let's face it, into airsoft and paintball is their own creativity and imagination. But would it be difficult? Yeah, it would be difficult, especially trying to figure out whether we want to make real wood or imitation wood copies, which, in my opinion, would be kind of difficult. I mean, hell, most of the weapons from Bioshock Infinite is wood. Well, most of the weapons from Bioshock 1 and 2 are mostly between wood and then handmade things. But to be fair, it would be kind of interesting to have. But, once again, I kind of have to bring in some things here and there. It would be difficult to make anything from Bioshock. And that's about it, in my opinion. That's the only thing that would be difficult. Now, granted, I am playing some footage from YouTube over this and some things from other people's experiences because I'm not like this, but what I can say is that it does bring up a good point. Look at these weapons that that Booker is using. Look at these fucking things. And you're trying to tell me that this shit ain't possible? Bullshit! Okay, the rocket launcher, maybe, but even then, it wouldn't be that difficult. Carbine is obviously an M1, and yes, there are full auto variants of it. I've seen it in Burial at Sea, which I'm not including in this editorial. I am not including the DLCs. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Why don't we go back to Bioshock 1? We already know that the pistol is basically a Wembley, either Mark 4 or 5, can't remember which exactly. But yeah, that's what it is. A Wembley. You know, World War II, World War I. And the machine gun, well, it's a Thompson. It's a Tommy gun. Overly cartoonish, but still a Tommy gun. We already have that. So, what airsoft and or paintball guns don't we have models of? Well, the shotgun. The shotgun is a Spencer shotgun, pump action, and to be fair, it'd be kind of cool to have that gun in the airsoft world. Granted, it'd be a little bit difficult, but not impossible. Hell, make it a tri-shot if you have to. Paintball, same thing. If you have to, make it like a tube-fed weapon, where you basically shove a tube inside the gun, and every time you pump it, that's what it does. I mean, hell, you guys already have that, and mag-fed paintball, so why not? Now, something that we all can agree on that'd be kind of stupid is the crossbow. I mean, don't get me wrong, I got nothing against the crossbow, and even in-game, the crossbow is a bit of an overpowering weapon. But the problem I have is the sheer mechanics of it, is you have to lift up a lever, reload it, all that good jazz, and then you have to pop it up and then put a box in there that's basically the magazine. That's my problem with it. That's the only problem I have with the actual weapon, is it just be difficult to make and uncomfortable to probably hold. Now, the grenade launcher is one that would be a bit difficult. The reason I say that is because it's a makeshift weapon. Makeshift weapons in Airsoft don't exactly make easy, nor in paintball, as I've seen. It's basically a combination of cans, tomato cans, and God knows everything else. It's a makeshift weapon, homemade, just craziness. Impossible? Yes. Well, not really. Now, the chemical thrower is one that would be somewhat difficult, because all it is basically a weird fire extinguisher with a water hose attached to it. So, to be fair, if it was to be made in Airsoft, it'd be just throwing pellets. Paintball, it'd be throwing paints. It'd be slinging paint. But I don't think it'd be made. Now, when talking about Bioshock Infinite, we're going to be talking about the weapons that it's period based off of. And as you can see, the BROADSIDER pistol, basically a Mauser, but with a side magazine release. The hand cannon is basically, well, a revolver, modeled after a Colt Navy revolver. Would it be impossible? Would these two guns be impossible to make? No, you just have to redesign them, and, well, that'd be it. Again, impossible? No, just simple redesign. Now, when we're talking about the rifles and carbines of Bioshock Infinite, the Triple R machine gun is basically a much more retro version of the MP-18, which is from 1918. Period correct? No. But what I like about this machine gun is that it looks cool, and it's kind of cartoonish. Now, the Repeater, which is basically the Vox Populized machine gun, is once again the MP-18, just red paint, and they include the drum mag. Now, the MP-18 drum mag was a little bit more awkward, to say the least. But, again, not difficult. BURSTGUN, a over-cartoonish carbine. Well, an M1 carbine, basically. Impossible? No. Easy to make? Probably not. But still impossible? No. It'd just be interesting, to say the least, to actually make the gun. Make it a gas blowback if you have to. Now, the HUNTSMAN carbine, once again, is just an M1 carbine, which is pretty interesting. And what I like about it is that the gun definitely does sort of model after the M1. Once again, it wouldn't be difficult to make. I mean, just make a few modifications to the gas blowback M1 and make it fully ambidextrous like the gun here, but not that bad. Now on to shotguns and machine guns. Now the China BROOM shotgun it's a lever-action shotgun, okay? That's all it is. It's just an over-cartoonish lever-action shotgun that looks like somebody took a blunderbuss, put a lever on there, and made an inner magazine. It's over-cartoonish, it's overly big, but it's not impossible to make. Instead of regular shotgun shells, hell, make it grenades. Paintball, same thing. It can just load in, just like that. You saw it. It can be loaded like that. It's not complicated to do. Now, the heater is basically a blunderbuss. It's a Vox Populi weapon. It's a blunderbuss. That's all it is. Now, what I can say is that it's loaded from the bottom, which is a bit different from other things. It's a single-shot weapon, and it's a blunderbuss. Would this be difficult to make? No. Now this! Yeah, we can all already say no. We already have enough miniguns, and a hand-cranked minigun would not be perfect in Airsoft. Or even paintball, for that matter. It would be over cumbersome. It'd be ridiculous. It would just not work. Now for reenactments, I wouldn't have a say. Now launchers and sniper rifles are a bit different. Now the volley gun is basically a grenade launcher. Now how it would load, it's a breech loading grenade launcher that's basically what we have now. It's just that. Would it be difficult to make? Yes, it would be. Impossible? No, it would not be. Now the Hailfire is basically a incendiary grenade launcher. Now, would it be difficult to make? Yes, it would be. Would it be impossible to make? No, it would not. Paintball, airsoft? Yeah, it'd be an interesting change. Now, the rocket launcher is a bit different because, well, look at it. I mean, it wouldn't be impossible to make, it'd just be weird to make. And it would definitely be awkward to fire and hold. Which means you wouldn't be taking to any airsoft matches or paintball matches, you'd be using it for cosplay. If you were cosplaying Booker DeWitt, or a Vox Populi soldier, or a Columbia soldier. Once again, it wouldn't be impossible, it'd just be really awkward. Now the bird's eye sniper rifle is definitely interesting. I don't want to say it's a Kar 98 because it doesn't look like a Kar 98. I wouldn't say it's a Mauser because it doesn't look like a Mauser, but it's definitely a simple bolt-action sniper rifle that could be made. Once again, paintball would definitely be a good change, and hell, it's a mag-fed rifle, so yeah, it could be done for mag-fed paintball and many other things. So, like I said, it's not impossible to do, it's just someone really needs to actually make it. Now, looking at the weapons you see here, you have a huge selection of guns that could be made into airsoft and paintball. The ones I want to talk about that can be made into airsoft first is the broadsider pistol, the carbines, the machine guns, and the sniper rifle. Paintball, it'd be the volley gun, the sniper rifle, the machine guns, the pistols, and the shotguns. It's a very obvious one that could be made into airsoft and paintball, and even real steel if the person has to go further enough. Now, would it be done? That's a bit of a question that I believe everyone has on their minds. Now, I'm not going to say that they can't be done, it's just, it'd be difficult, it'd take time, and what you heard was a chime from my Facebook thing. It would definitely take time for them to be made. But like I said, it's not impossible. What you're seeing here is a picture from somebody on Pinterest who actually made one. Now, I am going to talk about the upgraded weapons from Bioshock 1. I mean, hell, the revolver, yes. Airsoft and paintball, yes. Shotgun, yes. Airsoft and paintball. This thing, seriously, this thing, airsoft and paintball. Once again, yes, the repeater can be done. And I like the repeater. The repeater is an amazing gun. Well, is that all I have to say about this? No. No, it is not. Personally, I believe any video game, movie, or what have you weapon can be made. It just takes the time and imagination of the engineers of airsoft and the paintball industry to actually take their time to make these guns. Because you can make it the right way, and then you can make it the wrong way. And in my opinion, I believe both can work together perfectly. Thank you guys for watching the second episode of AirsoftAls Editorials. I hope you agree with what I said, and if you believe there's a way to make these guns into airsoft and paintball, say so in the comments section down below. Until next time, guys, it's been Airsoft Al, and I will see you on the battlefield. Bye-bye.